Hello, my name is GregTech and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 3. Last episode we got our distillation tower up and running with a very rudimentary setup here. It's even just using our old processing here, so eventually this is going to be an entire build. We will do multiple distillation towers. We'll have all bunch of processing for different fuels and stuff. And I've been looking through all the different uses for this. Now, in the first season, I believe I used refinery. I think I did, if I remember correctly, we did high octane gasoline. It didn't feel super worth it back then, but I believe it has been buffed now. So one bucket of this stuff gets you 2.5 million EU. It's pretty decent. I believe we will... Not allowed. Never seen that before. I'm like, is there anything that's allowed? I guess it's only certain fuels are allowed in the other ones. I didn't know that. I didn't realize that was the thing. It looks like you need better fuels, but I am kind of surprised you can't burn like high octane gasoline in there. So maybe that is something we will set up just for a different source of power. In the meantime, I am just producing our fuel from it. So what I've gone ahead and done, I've crafted up a few more of the super tanks just to get this running. So we have one for sulfuric gas. We have a sulfuric naphtha. I'm just going to throw this down. So it can start... It can just start back like a backlog for when we actually want to use it. I'm going to set this... Well, I think... Not that it's ever going to be a different fluid in there, because it only outputs... They don't switch around or anything like that. It's always the same one. So, alright, so there's those two. I have another one over here, which is heavy fuel. And I placed this down, and I realized, like, I probably could have just used this as a filter. Yeah, I didn't actually need the filter thing. You know what? Maybe I will... I'm going to switch that. So I'm going to remove this. And I'm going to move this. I'm just pulling the fluids out there so I don't get all those crazy debuffs. And then I can put it right there. And like, that's basically acting, that's the filter right there, basically. And then we can fluid auto output over here into a pipe. Now, wouldn't it be kind of funny if they auto cut out the fluids? That would be kind of funny. I'm just going to do one of these. Well, the reason for that is because I could do the small, but it looks a bit funny on that. Like, that's the right size for that whole thing. Alright. So that's kind of what I'm saying. And then that way the we have a bit of a buffer for that, so it can keep running. I could even like send it underneath and send this into send it into 2 super tanks, like 1 super tank for the light fuel and 1 super tank for that. But like I said, this is a temporary build. It's going to eventually be its own thing and improved. So we're not sticking with LV machines forever. All right, it does look like it has caught up. We aren't running the blast furnace right now, so we're not burning as much fuel as we used to. Okay, so we are producing like an absolute ton of sulfuric heavy fuel, but it does look like this will fill up before that. Okay, I'm not going to set it to void or anything like that. Once this fills up, it'll shut that off. The only problem with that is once that happens, it's going to stop producing the light fuel that we need. It will produce more, but only when this drops low enough for it to be, I think it's 6 buckets. So what we could do, eventually, again, once we get another cracker, or not a cracker, well, we do need an oil cracker, but once we get another distillation tower, we will be converting this. That's basically that recipe that it's doing. Now we could actually be getting, okay. Now that I'm like looking at that, I'm like, maybe we could. I mean, I think not doing it this way, but I was just thinking, I'm like, this gets us benzene and phenol. I've never actually like sent that through a distillation tower. What I always do is I crack it and then usually severely steam cracked is usually what I do. And then we get multiple. So I'm wondering if, like, is that something I want to set up? I think lightly steam cracked, from what I remember, was, I think you get about 30%. Lightly steam cracked. Yeah, you get about 30%. I'm just thinking, because we're producing such a big, or such a big amount of that. Another option would be just to switch over. We could pump oil from another thing, just regular oil. Could also do that. That is a 1-to-1 ratio for sulfuric light fuel, and then you get much less that. But that would involve crafting up a whole nother distillation tower. Okay, so what I'm thinking is maybe I will set up, like, we're cracking the heavy fuel. Maybe I'll send this into another one. We could just send it into here. Oh, no. Actually, no, that's going to be difficult. We are up to 145 buckets just from this running. For our, what is that, PTFE, I think we were, is that why we were doing that? No, for the, we were doing that for the explosives that we're going to need. Yeah, maybe I will send heavy fuel, but it needs to be, yeah, I need to get it steam cracked, and that's a little bit complicated. All right, let me, I got some stuff I want to think about here and figure out what I want to do, but at least this is running in the meantime. So we're not going to run out of fuel, because I was starting to get, when we have stuff, all the stuff running, that drops down quite a bit. Okay, we are back. I'm just getting my blast furnace up and smelting stainless steel. Now, I'm gonna do... I think I'm gonna wait until we get to the moon to redo all our oil processing. I think because it just we need so much stainless steel between another distillation tower we're gonna need oil crackers, and they require a ton of stainless steel. And the amount of chrome that we need is just, it's a real pain trying to get it at the moment because we need to do it through ruby. And ruby dust, we don't, ruby ore is not, it's just like a between ore. It's not like a primary or a secondary. So you don't get a whole bunch of ruby ore. I think you get maybe like 3 or 4 stacks, maybe from the entire vein. And then it's six ruby dust per 1 chrome. So like, it's really, to get huge amounts of stainless steel chrome from it is not the easiest. I could go drop it down the miner on another vein, which I may, I don't know. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna get this set up to crack the heavy fuel, all the extra heavy fuel that we are producing. We'll crack it and then turn it into some extra light fuel. So I just started up the blast furnace again, so now we are burning our fuel a decent clip now. When we're not running it, I think we're burning about 9 liters. Now we're doing what, 24-ish? So quite a bit of a jump. And plus we do have our thing running. Although now I'm thinking about, no, we're good. We are producing enough power to run this and the blast furnace. Okay, so I'm going to just do a little bit of a setup until we can replace all this stuff with a permanent build. So what we're going to do is basically we're going to do the same setup here. We're severely steam cracking heavy fuel. We're lightly cracking heavy fuel over here. That's why I'm doing it separately, instead of just piping out fluid. And plus, trying to get the fluid over here is difficult with these conduits. You can only put the 1 fluid in there. So yeah, this is just, we're going to do this. And then I did also debate if I just wanted to split the cells in here, but then you're trying to put the empty cells or the steam cells in 2 different areas, and that gets kind of crazy. If we had limited item filters, that would be amazing, but then this is its own kind of thing. We don't have a slice and splice, so this is what I'm going to do for now. So I just put a pump on there. We'll pump out the steam into another fluid tank, and then we'll bounce them back and forth like we usually do. Yeah, I was looking at the robot arm, but to be honest, I have no idea how these actually... I'm pretty sure these... You can tell it to, like, put it in a specific slot in the thing. So, like, in the mixer, like, I could specify to put it in this slot if I wanted to, but I can never get it to work. I mean, I could try it. I had one laying around. I was like, maybe I'll try this, but I couldn't get it to work. Because pretty sure we'll never ever use this. Like, if I put these in here... Alright. We'll do this, and then we'll see if I can get it to work. So, lightly steam cracked heavy fuel. Yeah, you lose a little bit, but we have so much extra of it, I figure. Let's just do that. So we'll do this. It's not fast. It's just it's just producing some extra light fuel for us to supplement that. So there it is. Then allow input. See, this doesn't have an allow input. I don't think that's actually going to work for what I want. Maybe I'll mess around with those robot arms, but this setup is literally just export, allow input, and then it bounces the cells back and forth. Again, it's pretty slow, but the recipe is really slow, so yeah, there we go. So they're in there, and then there they go back. All right, so that is just gonna slightly steam crack our heavy fuel. I'm just waiting. I just want to empty this, so I'm just kind of waiting for that. That should keep it running permanently. Yeah. Because the recipe is 8 seconds, so it takes 32 seconds to get through all of them, and then this goes every 20 seconds. Okay, and then we'll just dump this. Oh, I missed something. Shoot. All right, we lost a little steam. Oh well. That. So that is cracking the heavy fuel, and then it's being pumped out into here as well. So that's being split into two crackers, or chemical reactors, I guess. We don't have an oil cracker yet. We could also, to be honest, we could also crack this in the large chemical reactor, but I had nowhere to put it. So I'm like, you know what, we'll just do this. I have the cabling and everything right here. It fits, so. Plus it's kind of fun trying to squeeze all this stuff in. That only outputs 4 amps. We might have issues if everything is running at once, but it usually doesn't. But this will kind of be running permanently. I don't know, we'll see. So, light fuel. Oh, I just realized this is going to output. This is going to output carbon as well. Do we have any extra conduits? I do have a fluid conduit. I don't have an extra. Doesn't look like I have an extra thing. Also, there is that thing, but I think yeah. NEI, if you do the T over it, it shows you what chest it's in. So you don't have any of that. I could borrow it. Actually, let's just do that, because we're not really using this setup. I just don't have... Oh, I do have a pulsating plate. Somewhere. Yeah, I have one pulsating... But I'm saving that for super tanks. I need some sort of a drawer. I do have drawers somewhere. Book drawer. So I'm just going to place this here. Insert. No. Insert. Extract. Always active. Extract. Always active. Insert. And then we will lightly crack this into light fuel. All right. So, like I said, it's just it's a little bit of a added. This is almost filled up with sulfuric light fuel. Wait a second. Is that? Wait. No, I just realized that's regular light fuel. That's not what I wanted. No, that's not gonna work. Dang it. It doesn't need to go in here. It needs to go in here. Shoot. Well, that made that a little bit more annoying. It needs to go down and up. Yeah, I need to go 1, 2, 3. Ah, that's going to be annoying. Oh, well. Not like I really go down here and see this. Kind of craziness. I was just trying to avoid having just random cable. It's just completely aesthetic purposes. All right, let me craft up more of those things. And I don't remember, is it iron pipes, bronze, and electrical steel? I mean, they're really easy at this point. Also, I need to process tetrahedrite. That is going to fill this up as well. Ah, all the things. I really need to get some more processing done too. And get rid of like silicon dioxide. Ah, so much stuff. I just crafted up a few of these conduits. Really should maybe get a battery for that because it really doesn't last long. Or just craft up the better stuff. So I think we're good. That I just need to connect. Now these pipes are a bit funny. I believe they like, don't they kind of respect gravity kind of thing? So eventually, if it's not completely full, it'll settle like in the bottom part. I think I could be completely wrong, but I feel like that is why. Yeah, fluid flow respects gravity. So that is that's why you kind of want to get away from those as soon as possible. Okay, so that is that, and then I'm just going to throw some of this tantalum in there. You get that going, and then let's see. I think I am actually gonna just go ahead and move the miner that we have in the nether. I think it's finished anyway. Actually, while I'm here, how do I'll grab a whole bunch of fuel anyway. And then I'll move that into the thing. So, alright. So now we can kind of see if this is actually working how I thought it would. It is prioritizing this one, which, I mean, I guess that's fine. It doesn't really matter. Eventually it'll drop down enough where, yeah. It'll just start clearing this stuff out. But we're back up to that amount. Ooh, we are burning through it pretty fast. I was wondering actually if another thing is, do I have a battery? Yes. Do I have, oh, did I get rid of all those batteries? Why don't we just do sodium? I think I'm gonna see if I can kind of trick our... Oh wow, I actually have enough. Do I have enough tin? No. Dang it. I'm really low on tin as well. I only have 18. It's super easy to get though. I don't go through it a lot, so I may just go mine a stack manually. Oh, yeah, maybe that was enough. I'm gonna do sodium. Just small sodium batteries. Ah, only one each. I thought it was 2. Yeah, because if you do it manually, it's 2. So that's what I was thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure I did craft up another one. So what I'm gonna see if I can do is kind of trick this over here to prioritize the steam. Because during the day, I think it's prioritizing this because they're equal distances. I think it chooses something that's closer. I don't really know. So what I'm just throwing this down. I had the resources. I didn't do anything. I didn't spend like any time on this if it doesn't do anything. But basically what I'm going to do is pump this stuff, the power into the batteries, and then send the batteries into the transformer. And I'm hoping, since this is right next to the transformer, it might prioritize this. Yeah, you're losing power when it outputs per battery. But this is free energy, so... And I think... Well, now that it's night, so... they're turning off, but... It does feel like this is actually draining faster than it was before. I just kind of want these to drain faster, and then for these to kick in is kind of what I want. But, alright. I'm happy with that. It's just kind of gonna get us to the moon, is kind of what I'm hoping. That does feel like it's dropping less than it was before, right? Maybe I'm wrong. But, okay, let me go move our thing over to another redstone vein. Do I have... I don't remember. Do I have another... I guess there's a chest on it. Chest is probably full. I did empty out some of my chest and throw this stuff in some drawers. Just the stuff I had like absolute tons of. Redstone, salt, and sulfur. And just kind of waiting until I get this all processed. Tons of tetrahedrite too. Okay, we are back, and I've moved the miner to a new vein in the nether, so I'm just kind of letting that run. And as I was looking through stuff, I did see King had mentioned ruby juice, and I'd forgotten about it. And as I was looking through the recipes, I just happened to see this recipe popped up. I was like, oh, I remember. I saw someone... King mentioned this, so I think we're actually going to do this recipe. So you mix it with sodium hydroxide, you get ruby dust or ruby juice, and then you centrifuge ruby juice, and you get 50% chance of getting chrome. And you get the hydrochloric acid back. So yeah, that is amazing. I do need sodium hydroxide. Which is, again, super easy. 1 sodium, some water, tons of sodium hydroxide. You also get hydrogen as a byproduct, which we don't need. But yeah, I have tons of sodium. And sodium is super easy to get. We probably have a whole bunch of sodalite over here somewhere. Actually, it looks like I did process all my sodalite. But if we need sodium, I have salt, tons of salt. So yeah, I just need a, I guess, I could just throw another input hatch on here. Since I'm recording, I'm just gonna borrow this. And we'll put it back. Or I'll craft up another thing. I'm pretty sure I have extra tanks. I crafted up a whole bunch. So I had more. That's not what I wanted to do. Now, this is super, super slow, these fluid pipes. They're the smallest ones. I could just do the bigger ones. I mean, I could do, like, these instead. They don't need to be wooden pipes. I don't know why I'm still using wooden pipes, to be honest. It's just like they were so cheap originally, and for some reason I still use them for water for some reason. All right, so there we go. And sodium. I feel like I had to put a thing in there, and I don't remember which. No, 1 right there. Thankfully, we can do that, and it should work. Right? Yeah, there it goes. All right, sodium hydroxide dust, and we get a whole bunch of this because it gives you 3 big ones. And you only need the tiny ones for this recipe. So, yeah, look at that. 54. We have enough for 54 of those. I think I'm going to do... There's multiple recipes. I think impure is the best one to do. Yeah, so basically, instead of centrifuging the impure ruby dust, we're going to turn it into ruby juice and centrifuge that, and we get a 50% as opposed to that. So I do think repulverizing this down in a macerator is better. There might be other... Yeah. Technically, it looks like ore washing would possibly... It would be ore washing and then purified and then mix that with the ruby dust. Might give a minuscule more percent. 1% more. But I'm not getting that crazy here. All right, and we get chrome as a byproduct too. So, all right, we're about to be swimming in this stuff. We could just use this mixer. 1. That, and a whole bunch of hydrochloric, which we do get back. Again, hydrochloric acid is super easy to craft up to. All right, there is our ruby juice. This sounds kind of funny talking about ruby juice. And then centrifuge is back here somewhere. Yeah. And we can output into this chest, which needs to be upgraded. I will do that. Oops. There we go. Now we can see what our byproducts are. I mean, we're going to get a whole lot of aluminum hydroxide. We can smelt that into alumina, it looks like, or we can chemical react that into cryolite. I mean, there's really cool things you can do with this stuff. But yeah, I need to upgrade that chest, which I will. I don't remember if I have any chest upgrades. I don't. Oh, I have I have batteries right here. I thought I had batteries. I couldn't remember where I put them. That's funny. For that little thing I did over there, I had the batteries already crafted up. That's funny. But, all right. So anyway, I'm going to get a whole bunch of chrome here. So we can get the large amounts of stainless steel that we need. Maybe I will start getting like the oil cracking unit and doing a permanent fuel setup. I don't know. I'm thinking, yeah, now that I realized how much easier chrome is, maybe we'll end up doing that. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thanks for watching and have a good one.